Hello and welcome to Michelle Plays. I'm gonna play Farm Sim 25 today. I think this is Rosewood or something like that, 4X map, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a logistic game. So I'm not gonna play the traditional way. There's many people who play the traditional way, but I prefer a logistic game. Though I'm gonna start off kind of realistic, just so that I show you how you can get started, and then I'm going to move to the pretty much unrealistic-ish type. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell off most of my equipment and most of the barns. I have no need for them, and so that's the first thing we're going to do is sell some stuff off. Oh, actually, I take that back. I already kind of got the farm set up. I'm going to plant sugarcane, and sugarcane takes 8 months to go all the way through its cycles, and then all you have to do is fertilize it. You don't have to replant it, and so I love sugarcane. So sugarcane's going to be my main crop, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk you through the process of how to start a logistic game, and then, like I said, ultimately I'll take you to a game that's already set up and show you how I do a logistic game on this map. So first of all, let's go ahead. I've already got the fields. Let's zoom in here. I already got these 8 fields. I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll be able to just keep rotating that one. And I'll divide the entire map up into 8 fields as well later. And play the logistics part. But for now, we're going to start off. I don't really care what's currently growing there. I'm going to hire a worker. So I've hired a worker right now to start plowing this field. I'm just going to plow it. Okay, so now while it's plowing, let's go in here. I'm going to go back to, let me go ahead and go to my farm again. Visit. And then I'm going to go ahead and not use me as a visual anymore. All right, so we're going to, let's go to purchase here and go to construction. It's easier to do it like that. All right, so I'm basically going to start selling stuff off. That's right. I need my controller, don't I? I don't want to sell off the house. Oh, yeah, there's the house. Okay, so I'm just going to sell all kinds of stuff. It's going to give me about $4 million worth of stuff. And so all that's sold. All right, and so now let's go over and I'm going to go in here and check my garage. All right, so the large tractor we're keeping. I'm not going to keep these tractors. They're well, wait a minute. That's a 230. No, they're both 234. I might keep them. I ditched them on the last one, but that's okay. So I'm not going to use this cart. And all right, so I'm basically with the 2 tractors, big tractors, that's used for plowing and planting, although actually that's overkill for the planting, and then 2 medium tractors for fertilizing. Okay, so let's go see how our land is doing. Oops. Our farm is pretty empty. You can't see it. Well, you're only partially there. So the first thing we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and purchase me my planter that I want, which in this case, it's a multi-fruit planter. I'm going gonna cheat a little bit, I think, because for time's sake, I should have made the other one. Okay, triangle, yes. Beacon brand capacity, definitely overfilling it up. Like I said, we're gonna do some cheating by it, yes, but that's because of time, and I'm not worried about money. I can always add money, subtract money. So we're gonna go get that tractor, the other red tractor, wherever it's sitting. Oh, there it is. So red tractors are the much more powerful ones. I already got the first one. So I'm going to go ahead and go get that. Oh, whoops, there's another thing to get rid of. In the right place. Which way am I going? Yeah, I'm in the right direction. So we're going to go pick up our planter while our field over here is being plowed. And okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to use some cheats, so I'm going to go ahead and cheat it. I'm definitely going to go ahead and fill this up with seed. And I need to fill up the other one with fertilizer. There we go. Like I said, money's not the issue. I mean, you could make it the issue, but then it would take a lot longer to do. And it would, in a way, you're playing it the old-fashioned way. Now, you could start off the old-fashioned way and then move to the logistics side later. That I did that once on the Judith Plains one. It took me a long time to do it, and especially ultimately owning the entire map. Let's make sure we got ourselves at sugar cane seeds. There you go. All right, so we're waiting for the, see, that's the reason why I was like, we're literally waiting for this plow to get done plowing. And then what I'm going to do, so I'll go ahead and tell you this, I'm going to have the plow start plowing the next fields. And then, like I said, I'm going to plant this field. Then the next month, I'll plant this field. And then the next month, I'll plant this field. And the next month, I'll plant this field. And I'll do that for 8 months. All right, and then, so I will, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause here. And then I'll pick up. Okay, as you can see, the farm, that field has now been plowed. And so I'm going to go and start working on plowing the next field. I'm just going to back this up a little bit, get around these trees to get over to the next field. And I'm going to start it getting plowed. All right. And then now I'm going to go to this field. And I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and hire someone to start planting my seed in this field. So, okay. And start. And I'm going to let them start planting my sugar cane at this point. And we'll let it get started. And what we'll do is we'll move on to the next. So as you can see, the field 20 is now finished being planted, and field 21 is now done being plowed. So I'm going to start a whole new month. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and exit my vehicle because you have to be exited. I'm going to sleep at will because I want to do next month now. And so this would take 8 months to do all the fields. And I'm just going to kind of do it quick for you. So it's the next day. I'm going to get back into my tractor here. I'm gonna try to get through here without having to make my plow smaller. Sometimes these trees don't let it, but it looks like it's gonna work. And we're gonna start plowing this field. Oh, it's raining. I don't really care at this point. All right, so now I'm gonna go and hit into my planter, and we're gonna go ahead and start planting on this field. And we're basically going to go to a new month after each is done. And then we're going to keep doing that until we've done all 8 fields. And I will show you that now. Okay, so as you can see, I've finished farming. All 8 of these are now sugarcane. I've plowed them and planted. And if you go look at my growth, you'll see that this one next month is ready to go. And then the next month to that, this one, and then this one, and this one. And you just keep going through, and they're all in the different stages of growth. Then basically, this is the last one that was planted. And so it's ready to, so basically, I set it up how it would be if you were doing it ongoing. So this is what it looked like ongoing. Actually, if you were on the first time around, this one would be the one you planted, and this one would be ready to be harvested on the same month. Because it actually, when you plant it, it goes into the next stage of growth next month. Whereas after you cut it, you harvest it, it takes additional month before you have to fertilize it. Then it takes an additional month before you would fertilize it the second time. And so therefore that's what this would look like if you were already kind of in the process. Because I didn't go and I have plowed these before, but for the video's sake, I went ahead and just literally manually set these fields up, which you'll notice these 2 fields are the same right now because I painted this line to create 2 fields. And so I went ahead and told the whole field to be one. So on the harvest, when I got down to there, you would see this, both were red. I'd only harvest this one first, and then the next month I'd harvest this one. But so let's go ahead and go to the next month so I can show you what I mean. Oops. Well, sleep. I gotta sleep. All right, so now we'll go to next month. And so now here we are at the next month. You can see this is the one that needs to be harvested now, 20. This one will be next month. Notice that they're all shifted in colors. All right, so the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need to purchase some stuff here. So let's go ahead and hit purchase. I'm going to purchase me a harvester. Like I said, I use this one that's nothing special. So I'm just going to buy it. It doesn't do anything. It just gets the sugar cane and puts it in a trailer. So that's nothing. Now this, I am going to get the sugar cane unrealistic. And again, I typically will do 25 meters. And then I will definitely do the standard showing. It makes it, you got to realize that this is a lot of time. It's time consuming, and you're doing logistics. Now, admittedly, when I'm playing it, that time while it's harvesting, I will go ahead and do some cross stitch or something like that, something that's to get through the time. And then the other thing I'm going to need, is a trailer to put the stuff in. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it 5 million. That way I don't need storage containers. Trust me, when you see the full map, you'll understand why you want to do that. I put the triangle on just because I've had a farm before, so that's important. So we're going to buy that. All right, so there we go. We now have it. We're going to go pick up our harvester here. All right, we're going to attach our... Oops. We're going to attach... Come on. There we go. header on it. And we're going to attach our little trailer. I'm going to back it up so I can see what I'm doing. All right, we're going to open that up. All right, we're going to go over to this first field that needs to be done. And I'm going to get this thing harvesting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it sees the field. It does not see the field yet. There we go. And I hired somebody to harvest. All right, so we go back and we go and look at the field. So that's harvesting. And we'll notice that these two fields are at 50%. The rest of these are all at 100, which will normally when you plow and plant, they'll all be dark blue for 100. But I wanted to show you, I wanted to start setting up how this works. So normally I would have had, this is the field that's next. When you go into that field, you'll see it's all green. It's ready to be fertilized. So I'll just start somebody to fertilize it. But if we go over here, okay, waiting for Judith. If we go over here to this field, right now, we visit that field, you'll see right now it would normally show cut, but 50% because you fertilized it for the next month. And so therefore you can't really fertilize this until another month. This is what I was trying to say before this is nice and green so you can fertilize it the second time. So that's the reason why I have two fertilizers and one harvester. So basically when this is done, harvesting here, when this is done, the next month I'll start here and then I'll end up using this fertilizer to fertilize this one this month. So next month, this is the one that I'll fertilize and this one will just sit here. And then when this is done, this one's done harvesting, I'll move this one over and I will actually, and I'll show you that because like I said, I'm trying to show you how I do it. So as you can see, we have finished harvesting this field. And so we're ready to go to the next step. If you look, we can see that this field's harvested and we finished fertilizing this field at this point. If we go into showing it, this has been harvested. This is the next field for next month to be harvested. And, you know, they're all in stages of growth. So right now what we need to do is we need to fertilize this field so that it can start growing again next month. So I'm going to take this tractor that has a fertilizer. I'm going to go into that. I'm going to look at, I need to go to my right a little bit. So I'm going to drive over to that field that the tractor's sitting on. I mean, the harvester's sitting on. Oops. Trees. And I'm going to start fertilizing that field so that it can be ready next in 2 months to be fertilized again. So I'm going to go ahead and start fertilizing this one. So I started it there. I'm going to get out of this while it's fertilizing, and I'm going to go ahead and move this harvester over for the next month. And for right now, I'm going to go ahead and close out. By the way, I've got 39% of my 5 million liters of a full trailer gets you $2 million. So I'm 39% of $2 million right now. So I'm just going to leave that sitting right there. I got traffic turned off, so I'm not worried about traffic hitting my harvester. I'm just going to get out of my harvester. All right, so now we'll go show you again. So I'm already set up for next month. This one's already been fertilized. This one will be fertilized next month. So I'll end up harvesting this one, and I'll take this tractor and fertilize, and then I'll use that one for this one. And we'll just keep this rotation going all the way through through the whole 8 months process. But I'll go ahead and take you to next month and show you it again. Okay, there you go. That concludes the first month of harvest. We've already just finished fertilizing the field that we just harvested. And we can see now there's, this is one we just harvested, and we just fertilized it, and so that inactivates it to being sugarcane again for another 8 months. We already have our harvester ready to go for next month. So let's go ahead and let's sleep. Let me exit here. Let's go to next month. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start the process all over again. We're going to start harvesting, and then we're going to go and fertilize the one field that's ready to be fertilized. And so here we go. Notice now that's ready to be harvested. The next month, this one will be ready. So we'll go into our harvester here. We'll go ahead and open up our trailer. We'll say, okay, there you go. That's the field I want. Let's hire a contractor to go do it. And so now that field is going to start being harvested. This field right here is the one that needs to be fertilized this month. Notice it's nice and green. So we'll hire a contractor to fertilize that one. And so now, there we go. This is month 2. Month 1 was this one. Month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then starts all over again. And that's only one section. And so basically, throughout the game, as you build it, you would literally start creating, like in this case, I made this another section. I made this a section. I made this right here a section right in here. Then I made this right here a section. I ended up making this a section, and I ended up making this a section, and I ended up making this a section. All right, there's a whole bunch. I think I have a total of 8 or 9 sections sectioned off on the entire map. And you'll be able to, I'll show you that on the next video actually. But for now, this is the one we're doing. And right now, like I said, I'm literally harvesting this one, and I'm fertilizing. You can see this one's harvesting, and this is now fertilizing. If we go to our harvester and look, we're harvesting. And of course, we go back to our fertilizer here. This one, we're fertilizing. So here we are. We're in the month of May. I've done all the harvesting. You can see I still need to fertilize this field, but you can see we're in the month of May at this point. And I currently have 44% in this trailer, although I filled 3 trailers. Like I said, they're typically about 2 million apiece, but we're going to verify that in a second. You can see now that I've finished the 8th field. And if I go and reveal, you can see that the first field we did is now going to be available to do next month. And of course, like I said, I still have to fertilize to make this field work. So first of all, let's go into this vehicle and let's go ahead and do that. Let's get this started. And okay, good. And then I'm going to go get in my, get into my harvester, and I'm going to go get rid of, let's see, which way is it to the, I'm going the right way. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go sell what I've got in this trailer. Let's see what I may have to, I don't know what it's going to take to unload. There you go. I want to instant unload. There you go. That's what I want. All right, let's go unload, and we'll go unload the other ones as well. And I will show you. By the way, I buy a truck to normally go between. There's a routine that I probably will have to show you in a different video on how I trade out the trailers when they get full. So pretty much the trailer is, the worker's working it, and then he just kind of stops working, even though he doesn't leave the vehicle. He just sits in it. So you have to kind of figure out that it's sitting there, and then it's full though. So then you you cancel the contract, and then you go and oh yeah, I went ahead and concreted this whole home spot. Anyways, you anyway, you trade out the trailer, and then you can get it going again. So there's the first. Oh, I forgot to do it. So what? Oh, I forgot that. So that's 900. Well, we can look it up. $920 in harvest there. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here and go over. But you see the truck. So I have a routine that I do. And let's close that out. Let's exit here. Let's go over to the truck. Like I said, I like this truck because it can do 50 miles an hour. So it's a standard international truck, I think. International, there, Lizard. Oh, it's a Lizard truck, sorry. Anyways, I like to, so I've got 3 trailers right now that I'm attached to. So I told you it was 3 that I did for that section of 8. So you can imagine if you had the whole map, you could have to have a lot of trailers. Like I said, he's one of these. So we're going to empty it. Go to the next one. Empty it. Oops, didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Must have pressed the wrong button. And then we're going to close out the trailers. All right, so there you go. And so like I said, notice that each one of those were around $2 million. So now I'm going to go park these empty trailers. Normally I would only do this once a year on the best month. Usually July was the best month, although for some reason this map shows September I think is the best month. But I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the other trailers so that I can be prepared for the next. All right, we'll get out and we'll go back and get ready for the next cycle. But as you can tell, the cycle, it's an 8-month cycle though. And of course, now that we're planting again, we are starting the whole thing over again. And I'll go ahead and show you that again on the, yeah, I'll show you that on the map. And then we'll go look at how much money we made off of one cycle. But I'm thinking 6-7 million maybe. Oh, I think I had 800,000, so that's about right. 7 million, yeah. Let's see here. I think this is the next month's map right here. Okay, so we're ready for next month now. So let's go look at this map. So you can see these are the 8 fields that I have for that little section. You can see that they're all double 100% fertilized, except these 2. This one's in the process of re-fertilizing it, so I can start over. And of course, sure enough, there it is. Field 20 is now getting ready to be for next month, ready for harvest. And then, just like I said, it just cycles. So you can just keep going 8 months. So in a 12-month period of time, you'll do some fields twice. If you got really good at this, you could take a map, zoom out and say, okay, let's make sure that I do like these fields twice, or these fields twice, or that field. Look at that field. Or this one's the biggest one of them all right here, this one. Although I break it up because it's like, I mean, even when you break it up, some of these fields have like fills up 2 trailers per field. So could you imagine if I was using real trailers that had less than 5 million liters and then trying to store that in real silos? I mean, it would just be insane. That's why I store them in those trailers. And you'll see in the next video, because I'm going to show you this same map that I've already literally divided up into sections of 8 and have them already started. I'm going to go ahead and do one whole month doing all of those sessions all at once, which is the logistic part that I've been trying to tell you about. This was the starting. This was how to get it started. I did one set of fields for to show you that, which are these. And so pretty much you just rinse and repeat, but till you get the whole entire map created. You just do the same thing over and over again, creating, putting one harvester for each, like you would have this harvester and these two fertilizer tractors, and then here you would do the same thing here, and you would have its own harvester and its own fertilizing tractors, and then each section that you do it, you would do the same thing over and over and over again. Anyways, okay, so there you go. That's the end of this video. Like I said, I'll probably do another video showing how to do it the logistic way. Right now, this is pretty much the old-fashioned way where you plow, you plant, you harvest, you fertilize. And, you know, of course, I didn't do it by hand. I could have done it that way, but, you know, that would take a lot of time. And so I did use contracts, but, you know, and so I did do a few cheats because you know, first of all, purchased all the fields with just money I generated off of EasyDev. And of course, after I showed you the first two fields, I literally went into EasyDev and set these fields. So I didn't even plow or plant them. Because I was trying to do this video in one day, and there would have been no way I could have done all that in one day. Anyways, okay. Well, thank you for, if you got it this far, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, look for part 2 literally doing the entire map. You should see what it looks like on Judith Plains. That's a huge map, bigger than this one. Okay, well, until next time, thank you.